I win a plasma screen TV. I'm still up. I get a 9 vote where I should have been out. There's some shit going on here, Danielle. What did you want to talk to me about, Nick? Nick is dying to talk to me.
I didn't want to talk to you about Nick. Nick wanted to talk to you about Nick.
Do you know about what?
Huh?
Do you know about what?
About what?
Do you know what he wants to talk to me about?
About probably what Kale told you.
Which is?
Well, you tell me.
Why are you keeping me from me?
I'm not keeping anything from
He was in an
you.
alliance with Kale, Mike.
Yeah.
I can't take this off. He was in an alliance with Kale.
Yes, I know that.
Zach.
He told me that. But did Kale explain to you? I'm sure Kale didn't explain. Yeah, what happened was day one, the very first day, right after Kale won HOH, Mike, Kale, and Zach had already started forming this alliance, and they approached Nick and they said, "We need a fourth person. Do you want in on this?" And it's the first day. You don't know anybody, and Kale's HOH. Of course, he can't say no. You know what I mean? Because if he says no, obviously she's gonna throw him up on the block. So he's like, "Yes, okay," but in his head, he's like, "Yeah, I'll do this for now and feel this out, but I'm going to get the feel of everyone in the house and, see who I really want to be aligned with, blah, blah, blah." So for the past, 2 weeks or whatever, he's been, getting information from them and playing them out and, realizing the people who he really
So how long have you known this?
He told me, a week ago.
Have you told Nick about us?
What do you mean?
Our alliance.
No.
You sure? Okay. I just need to know.
Okay, well, you asked me a question, I'm telling you.
Please don't be like that.
Well, you asked me. I said no.
All right.
Okay. What? You don't trust him anymore?
There's just... Be careful.
I knew you would say that. What? So you're going to... Everyone knew that already, so I don't know why you're acting like it was a shock.
Well, there's a lot of things since HOH have won this have come out. It's not just Kale rolling over. Zach is dying to talk to me. Nick is dying to talk to me. And I'm sure that Mike is going to want a little meeting with me, too.
Yeah, but Nick just wanted...
alliance is so-called shattered right now.
Well, Nick was never really in it. He was just... If Kale...
I think he was a little more in it than you think he was from what everybody's telling me.
Why?
Because everybody's telling me a lot of different things. I'm not going to talk to you about it until I have all of the facts, okay? But that's fair, and that's the right thing to do.
Well, you don't know if they're facts if it's coming from all these other people in the house either.
Just wait until I find out everything, and then we'll sit down and I'll lay everything out, and we'll talk, okay?
All right.
This week, my first instinct, and I'm going with it because I've been pretty right on so far, is to put Kale and Jen up. And Mike is going to be the replacement.
I know, you already told me that.
But I was wavering a lot.
On what?
Zach.
Yeah, but you're good with Zach.
Zach was in on that.
I know he was.
I know, too. Doesn't mean that I'm in good with Zach. Zach was ready to vote me out.
I know he was.
Okay, so being in good with Zach doesn't mean shit. And
well, I've been telling you that, though.
When did you tell me that?
I did tell you that. Zach will sell anybody out. He doesn't care. I did tell you that.
He was in an alliance with, there was the four of them, and Jen's a skirt.
I know that.
Jen told me it was an alliance last night. Jen told me a lot last night.
I know, but I've known all this.
Well, don't hold out information from me.
Well, it was nothing that needed to be said until whenever, because it's not like Nick was not in on it. And the rest of them... There was things that went down
today that quite possibly Nick was in on it.
Well, what?
Okay, at one point today, Jamaica told you that she was voting for me. And that's when all hell broke loose in the house. You told Nick, didn't you?
No, I don't even know.
Think.
I don't think I did. Why?
Because it's really important.
Why?
Because at the time that Jamaica's telling me that she told you, not long afterwards. I said, Nick walked up to Zach, who was sitting on the bottom of the stairs, and he goes like this, and they both went into the workout room.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Did he tell you what it was about?
No, I didn't ask him.
Okay. And after that, Zach was freaking out. And Nick actually sat behind. I asked Nick what it was about, and he said, well, I just told him that I was voting for you, not Joe. And Nick was Zach was freaking out, and Nick was sitting on the stairs behind Zach when I was sitting at the bar stools, and Zach was on this side. And Zach, I kept looking at Nick because Nick was like motioning me like he wanted to talk to me or something. And Zach like got all freaky, and he pulled his chair out so he could see both of us. There was a lot of weird stuff going on, and they thought they had the votes. They thought it was going to come to a 5-5 tie, and that Jen would be the deciding vote.
No, Nick was not. Nick was never going to vote against you. You think that Nick and Zach...
I don't know.
I promise
but Jamaica
you...
was the tie-breaking. Jamaica was the deciding thing that they knew that they didn't have it. And when Jamaica didn't tell anybody where she was voting...
Honestly, I don't even think that I did tell him that Jamaica was voting for you. I don't remember.
I told Jamaica not to tell me.
I don't remember,
She told
but
Joe.
I don't remember. She told me. But no, I promise you 100% that Nick was never going to vote against you. Nick told Joe already before that he was going to vote against him. And that's when Joe got all wigged out about it and like went off on Nick.
I don't know how to deal with you and Nick, but I'm going to just say this, and please don't get mad at me. I'm just looking out for you, okay?
Okay.
Don't be the Erika of last season. You have a really good life with your boyfriend. Be very, very careful.
I know I do. And we're just friends.
Okay.
Okay.
When Joe left, who was it that he was talking to? Jessica. She said, do you have one word of advice for me before you leave? And he whispered in her ear when he gave her a hug, and he said, don't trust Nick.
Joe?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's because...
I know, consider the source. I understand that.
I know, but because I know exactly what happened, though, because Nick...
It's everybody behind my mirrors here.
Because Nick promised Joe... Because, okay, you want to know...
Nick promised Joe his vote, and then at the last time he said...
Because you know for a fact that Joe had an alliance with every single person in his house. Eric made the joke that when he's in the diary room that the producers are going to have to go around and talk to the appliances. No, Joe had this idea. Don't say anything to anybody. I'm serious. No, I'm being really serious.
Okay.
Joe had this wannabe alliance, and it was pretty much everyone in the small room minus Zach, plus Jessica. So it was Nick, Jamaica, me. No, not really Eric. It was Nick, Jamaica, me, Jessica, and Joe. So it was 5 of us. And he's like, we'll stick together. And of course, we're all going to be like, okay. But everyone down there is like, yeah, we don't trust Joe. You know what I mean? So the total, like, fake wannabe alliance. But, you know, yeah, sure, we'll be in alliance with Joe and pretend like we have his back. You know what I mean? So Joe's like, I've got the 4. Keeps going up to me. And he's like, I need you. And then I have the 5. Then we have the 5. And our alliance is so strong, blah, blah, blah. This and that. And, you know, like, all of us, we all talked and we're like, you know, don't tell Joe anything. Go along with it until the last minute, whatever. Don't let him know that he's gonna be leaving, because that's 5 votes right there that's sending him home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Nick promised him his vote, and he's like, yeah, dude, blah blah blah, you know. And then Nick wanted to be honest with him or something, and he told him, you know, like, oh, what did he do? Joe did something to piss him off, and Nick was pissed. He was like pissed, and I don't know what happened, but then it had to do with all the stuff about like Joe was the one who came up here to Jen and told Jen nominate Nick, blah blah blah, threw his name out there. Then later turned around and lied and was like,